What the fuck is up, Glow Gang? It's your boy Glow. I'm coming at y'all with this UFC Fight Night Royval versus Kape fight picks and predictions. Boys, this is the last ESPN card. Thank you, God. ESPN, you're a shit service, shitty streaming app, and I'm so fucking glad they're moving to Paramount. God, thank you, God. Anyway, this is a pretty good fucking card, to end the year with. I'm not gonna say good, pretty decent. A lot of good names. Bobby Green. They just added Bobby Green. Michael Olenic brothers making his debut. Kevin Vallejos might be getting a ranking spot, most likely getting a ranking spot. Malik Costa versus Morgan Sherier. A lot of fun ass fights on this card. Let's get straight into it. Starting off the card, we got Blato versus Jamie Lynn Horth. In this one, I'm going to have to go and pick Jamie Lynn Horth to get this shit done via decision. She's been a lot more active than, fucking Blato. She hasn't fought since June 17th of fucking 2023. Honestly, still surprised she has a job. I feel like a lot of injuries have played a part in that. I mean, she just withdrew from this matchup in June of earlier this year, so I kind of can see that why. I mean, I'm gonna have to go and pick Jamie Lynn Horth to get the shit done via decision. She's just been a lot more active in her last win. She really impressed me with her grappling. So, yeah, Jamie Lynn Horth decision. Moving on to the very next fight. All right, now we get Alan Fry Jr. versus Guilherme Pat. In this one, I'm gonna go and pick Alan Fry. I'm not confident in this one. Both these guys haven't fought good competition, to be honest with you. Both these guys don't have a lot of experience, and both these guys are undefeated, so this fight can go either way. I will say, though, Alan Fry has finished all of his fights. He's fought the better competition out of Guilherme Pat, and that's saying something because, Mr. Guilherme Pat has fought some dog shit-ass competition. He's fought in the LFA, surprisingly. His last fight was in 2024 of August, and it was against somebody who was 4-4. So, I mean, he's tried to fight in the Contender Series before that. That fight got canceled for some reason. So they needed a fight. They needed him. They called him. He stepped up. Respect to him. But I'm gonna go and pick Alan Fry to get this shit done via knockout, probably in the third round. Both these guys seem like. I will say I've seen a couple highlights for Guilherme Pat. He's not a bad kickboxer. I will say that. But other than that, I haven't done my research on it because I've tried to look through everywhere for both these guys' fights. I can only find so many clips of both of them. So I need to go ahead and fucking get Fight Pass. Haven't had it for a couple months now. Get that shit back. I'm gonna go and pick fucking Alan Fry Jr. to get this shit done via decision. Moving on to the very next fight. Moving on, we got Melissa Cronin versus Luana Santos. In this one, I'm going to have to go and pick Luana Santos to get this shit done via decision. I'm kind of nervous on this pick because, I know Luana Santos is a good prospect. She's only lost to Casey O'Neill. And, but Melissa Cronin, all of her wins are by finish. All right. She has six wins by knockout, 1 sub. Other than that, her only loss is by decision. She's a hard motherfucker to finish. So that's why I'm picking her to lose this fight by decision. I mean, honestly, both these women are coming off of wins against Tainara Lisboa. And honestly, Luana Santos just had the win, in my opinion. So I'm going to go and pick Luana Santos to get this shit done. I just feel like she's a lot better of a grappler. I feel like, Melissa Cronin does have better boxing. But Luana Santos is going to be able to get Melissa Cronin to the ground way quicker than Melissa Cronin is going to be able to get her boxing off, in my opinion. So I'm going to go and pick Luana Santos to get this shit done via decision. Moving on to the very next fight. Moving on, we got Joanderson Breto versus Isaac Thompson. I'm going to have to go and pick Joanderson Breto to get this shit done via knockout in the first round. I'm not going to lie. Joanderson Breto, we all know Joanderson Breto. Very fucking aggressive. I mean, I love watching his fucking fights. Very fucking aggressive, like I just said. Goes to the fucking kill. His last one was against Jack Shore. Destroyed his fucking shins. Before that, he got a ninja choke. I mean, this guy, we all know, he's a fucking can destroyer, okay? He lost to Pat Sabatini in his last fight, which, let's be honest, Pat Sabatini's looking like he's going to get to the ranking soon, on the cusp of the rankings, so it's not really a bad fight or a bad loss. Before that, split decision loss against William Gomez. That fight could have really went either way. Isaac Thompson, this guy's making his UFC debut on short notice. He's coming off of a win against, who the fuck was it again? Sorry. I can't pronounce that guy's name. It was a split decision win. He's on a 3-fight winning streak, but however, he just doesn't seem like he's ready for the big leagues yet. Also, this is a very, very short notice fight for him. Breto was already in camp, so I feel like he's just going to go out there and destroy fucking Isaac Thompson. He's going to get a fucking first-round knockout. That's my prediction. Moving on to the very next fight. Moving on, we got Sean Sheriff versus Steven Aspen. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of a fan of Steven Aspen. He's very fucking hilarious. He's coming off of a Contender Series win where, the guy he just beat, they promoted him literally all week. I have not fucking seen them promote somebody like how they did on the Contender Series. And Steven Aspen went out there and knocked him out in 16 seconds. And then he has probably one of the funniest, hilarious celebrations of all time. I'm a fat boy. I used to be 400 pounds. Dana White, I'll suck your toes. Like, this guy is fucking amazing. And I really hope he wins this fight. I'm going to go ahead and predict him to win by knockout in the first round also. Because Sean Sheriff, his only fight in the UFC was against Junior Tafa. And that was, one of a few of only Junior Tafa's wins in the UFC. And let me be honest about this. That was a shit fight, all right? Both guys were gassed out in 20 seconds. I'm pretty sure the only reason, Junior Tafa ended up getting the TKO was because, he called him after fucking, it felt like forever in the first round. And this might have actually went to the second round if I don't remember. Actually, it did go to the second round. Both these guys were fucking so gassed after like 2 or 3 minutes. I shit you not. Go back and watch that fight if you can. Yeah, this fight was shit. I'm going to go and pick Steven Aspen to get this shit done. His boxing's pretty nasty, I will say that. Pretty dangerous, powerful heavyweight. And, I'm going to go and pick Steven Aspen to get this shit done via first-round knockout. Moving on, we got Neil Magny versus Yermoslev Armos. I'm not doubting Armos. He seems like a really good prospect. He's coming off of a win in March. But Neil Magny, this is a fucking glorious unk. He's on a historical run right now. But all jokes aside, I'm picking Neil Magny because, honestly, he has showed us that recently he does still got it. Unk still has it. And Armoslav's main game is his grappling. He does, he's a hell of a fucking boxer. A lot of his KOs are by ground and pound, and I don't feel like Neil Magny is just too long. Like, his legs are too fucking long. When people try to grapple with him, he can hold them up against the cage. He can do that shit. And a lot of people get gassed out against Neil Magny for some reason. If you ever notice, go back and watch some of his fights. A lot of people get gassed out against Neil Magny. I don't understand it. And I just feel like Armos hasn't fought the glorious unk of Neil Magny yet to, get fraud checked. This guy used to be a Bellator champion. He lost to Jason Jackson. Like I said, he's coming off of a win in March against, who was it? Curtis Millender via Anaconda choke. This guy's a hell of a fucking grappler. I keep saying that. But I just I can't stress that enough. And I don't really have that much to say about this. I feel like Neil Magny's clearly going to win this. I can't believe they're disrespecting him like this. To be honest, he's a fucking 3-1 underdog, which is fucking insane. So yeah, I'm picking Neil Magny to get this shit done. I don't know how many underdogs I pick in this one. I don't know why. I just feel like a lot of these matchups this week are mismatches. So yeah, I'm gonna go and pick Neil Magny to get this shit done via decision. Moving on to the very next fight. All right, boys. Now we got Amanda Limos versus Gillian Robertson. Boys, I don't have that much to say about this. I'm probably going to pick Gillian Robertson. Her grappling's a lot way superior than Amanda Limos, and we've all seen in the past that she tends to struggle with the grappling type. Look at her last fight against Tatiana Suarez. Look at Janeway Lee. Any form of grappling, like via wrestling or jiu-jitsu, she tends to struggle with. So yeah, that's all I got for this one. I'm picking Gillian Robertson. I don't really have that much to say about this one. Gillian Robertson by decision. I feel like her grappling is going to be able to help her with this fight. And her boxing is not that bad at all. So, yeah, I'm going to pick Gillian Robertson via decision. Moving on to the very next fight. Moving on, we got Lance Gibson Jr. versus Bobby Green. Now, this is a last-minute matchup. They needed to fill the spot. This is the catchweight fight. I'm going to go and pick Bobby Green. Lance Gibson Jr. is not a bad prospect. I feel like he just hasn't fought the level of competition. He's not a bad MMA fighter. I just feel like he's not. He needs a camp for this, and I feel like he would have been a lot better on the Contender Series. But to rush him for a shot like this against Bobby Green, Bobby Green, say what you want. I know he's been going through it recently. He got fucking spinning wheel kick KO'd by Rufy. Triangle choke by Patty. I mean, he's been going through it recently. This is not the first time we've seen him get fucked up like this either. I mean, look at the fucking Jalen Turner KO. He's been taking some damage. But I feel like in this one, he's going to have like a fight like he had with Jim Miller. He's going to piece up Lance Gibson Jr. via the boxing. I mean, Bobby Green's boxing is really fucking good. He also has really good low kicks as well. His style is very underrated. I feel like Bobby Green would have been a lot better in the UFC if he would have got there earlier. I mean, he's been in the UFC for a very, very long time. I mean, this guy has fucking, let me see right quick. I want to say he has he has 27 fights in the UFC, so what am I saying? He's been in there since 2013. But if he would have developed that style, with the hands down shit, a little bit more, I feel like he would learn a lot from MVP for some reason. But yeah, if he would have developed his style the way he has it now, younger, and tuned it up a little bit more to, not get fucking spinning wheel kick KO'd and shit like that, it would have been a lot more better, in my opinion. Lance Gibson Jr., hell of a fighter. Just, he needs a camp for this, and the only time he's made a step up a competition, he got sat down. His last fight was in November of 2023, November of 2024, and it was somebody who was 5-2. Before that, he beat somebody who was 19-42. Yeah, that's their record: 19 wins, 42 losses. So, yeah, I mean, since that loss in 2023 against Tennikov, he's taken a step back in competition. So, yeah, Bobby Green, I feel like he's going to piece up, Lance Gibson Jr. So that's my decision, or that's my prediction. Bobby Green Jr. Sorry, Bobby Green Jr. Bobby Green decision. Moving on to the very next fight. Moving on, we got Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Marcus Boetta. Guys, I feel like this is clear in my opinion. I'm going to go and pick Kennedy Nzechukwu to get this shit done by first round knockout. Maybe second round knockout. But I feel like his boxing is way more superior than Marcus Boetta. I know Kennedy sometimes struggles with grapplers, and he's lost it a couple times, quite a bunch, but not quite a bunch, but a few times. A lot of people underrate him. I feel like he's a decent prospect. This guy is literally, in my opinion, the fucking heavyweight version of Kevin Holland. All right. Uh, yeah, he lost to fucking Walter Walker. Okay, Walter Walker is not the same grappler as Marcus Bochecha. Totally different fucking grapplers. Two totally different grapplers. So, and Kennedy, I mean, people forget, man. This guy fucking flatlined Nallberg. Okay, that was a long time ago. And it was in the third fucking round. But I don't give a fuck. Okay, people need to put fucking respect on Kennedy Nzechukwu. Put your fucking money, put your fucking house on Kennedy Nzechukwu. Okay, what the fuck happened last card when I said put your house on him? They both fucking hit. Both the times I told you to put your house, they hit. So put your house on Kennedy. All right. Yeah, put your house on fucking Kennedy. Marcus Buchecha, in my opinion, his last fight was shit. Yeah, I'm picking Kennedy Nzechukwu to get this shit done via second round knockout. Moving on to the very next fight. Moving on, we got Morgan Sherier versus Limos Costa. Boys, this is going to be a fucking banger fight. All right, boys. I'm really sad these guys got to fight because I've grown to appreciate both these fighters. I really am a fan of Limos Costa, and Morgan Sherier has fucking grown on me. Listen, I know he lost to Nathaniel Wood, and he lost to Chepe Mariscal. Both those guys are very, very fucking, very good, very fucking entertaining. I've fought with both those fighters. And Limos Costa, man, this guy's my fucking boy, dog. Like, genuinely, this guy is. I'm not trying to glaze him, but like genuinely, like he's Charles Oliveira maxing. Like he's one of those motherfuckers that can get his shit beat in and fuck around and find a sub on you. His last fight against Juliana Rosa, fucking banger ass fight. If he wins this, he'll be, that's 5 in a row. His only losses are against Steve Garcia and Thiago Moises. Ah, man. This is so hard to pick, man, because I really want to pick Malik, but I could see Morgan Sherier getting this shit done. I'm going to have to go and pick Malik Costa to get this shit done via decision. I feel like this is going to be a fucking banger. I feel like we're going to see a lot of scrambles, some good-ass boxing, nice-ass fucking low kicks. This is going to be a disgusting-ass fight, in my opinion. Hopefully, I don't fucking completely just curse this shit and this fight's ass. But I feel like this is going to be the fight of the night, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm going to go and pick Malik Costa to get this shit done via decision. Hopefully we see a war. That's what I'm predicting. That's what I'm imagining. We're going to see a fucking war, boys. Moving on to the very next fight. Moving on, we got Cesare Olenic versus... This is tongue of the fucking twisters over here. Cesar Almeida. Cesare versus Caesar. That's crazy. Cesare versus Caesar. I'm going to go and pick Cesare Olenic to get this shit done via knockout. I feel like we're going to see a decent scrap in this one. Cesar Almeida isn't no bum. Former Glory fucking kickboxer competitor. Both these guys are really good kickboxers. However, I feel like Cesare Olenic is very fucking experienced for his age. This guy has 30 amateur fights. All right, I want to say he's 24-6. Maybe that. But yeah, he has 19 MMA fights right now, and he's only 25 years old. A lot of potential. I mean, that Contender Series fight was fucking nasty. Hammer fist in the first round. This guy's him, okay? Cesar Almeida, in my opinion, he's a good kickboxer. He's coming off of a good win against a nasty-ass KO against Abdul Rakan Hassan. But that's not a good win, in my opinion. He has wins in the UFC, but in my opinion, they're not all that. Like, he took Ihor Potierio to a decision in a fight where he was fucking eye-poking and dick-kicking him the whole fucking time. He should have got points taken away. That fight should have been a fucking draw, or, I don't know, that fucking ref sucked in that fight. I will say, he did have a, close fight against Kopylov, but Kopylov, in my opinion, won that fight clearly. I mean, he beat Dylan Budka. He's no longer in the UFC anymore. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and pick Cesar Olenic to get this shit done via third round knockout. I feel like we're gonna see, we're gonna see a scrap at first. I feel like the first round might go to Caesar Almeida, and then Caesar on his Zajac is gonna win the second round, and then we're gonna see him build up into the third round where he gets the KO. Caesar on Zajac third round KO, in my opinion, or my prediction. Moving on to the very next fight. Moving on, we got Giga Chicadzi versus Kevin Vallejos. Honestly, I like Kevin Vallejos. He's a really entertaining fighter, okay? I didn't think they would give him this big of a step up that quick. Now, I do feel like he's going to win. That's probably why they gave him this, because, Giga's not how he once was, all right? I feel like if Giga, prime Giga Chicadzi probably could have beat Kevin Vallejos right now. I'm not shitting on Kevin. I'm just saying, Giga was pretty good. Really good fucking kicks. Boxing wasn't pretty fucking bad either. I mean, Kevin Vallejos, we all seen his last fight. That was his last fight. It pissed me off, but it was so entertaining to see too, because he fucking who what the fuck was that guy's name? Let me go back and repeat. Let me go back and check real quick. This guy's only 24 years old. That's fucking crazy. Danny Silva, who, before this got 2 fucking split decision wins. We all really didn't think he was that good. Went out there and probably put on the best loss you ever could have put on. Ever. He got 30-27, but still made it fucking entertaining and really fucking close in every single round for some fucking reason. But Kevin won every single round. Giga, this guy, oh my god, he's coming off of a fucking win against David Onama. This is how I knew. I really don't rate. David Onama's pretty good. I just don't think he's ranking. I feel like he's not ranking material, alright? In my personal opinion, I feel like there's a lot more contenders in the featherweight division that could take his fucking ranking spot outside of the rankings, okay? And, man, he missed weight. So how the fuck are you losing to David Onama and you missed weight? The Arnold Allen fight, he clearly lost that. I think he won the first round. I feel like he did win the first round, but he lost the second and third. His last win was against Alex Caceres, who's no longer in the UFC, and that was in 2023. So I feel like Kevin's going to get this shit done probably by second round knockout. I'm saying a lot of knockouts tonight. I'm predicting a lot of knockouts. There's a lot of matchups where I'm seeing a lot of knockouts in this card for some reason. Second round knockout for Kevin Vallejos is my prediction. Moving on to the very next fight. All right, boys, main event, last fight of the year for 6 fucking weeks. Oh my god, it's gonna be terrible. This is gonna be a good fight. We got Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape. I'm picking my boy Manel Kape to get this shit done. Probably by decision. Brandon Royval is a hard motherfucker to finish. No diddy. Yeah, man. Brandon is coming off of that loss against Josh Van, my boy Josh Van. And I'm just seeing... I don't feel like he wants to be in 125 anymore. I feel like he wants to go up. He's expressed that so many times, especially before they even made this matchup with Manel. And I feel like they just want Manel to be in the higher rankings than he already is. I fuck with Manel, but he needs to work more than he is. He tends to pull out a lot of matchups. He's always injured, or his weight isn't right. He misses weight sometimes. I'm sure he's a hard motherfucker to work with backstage too. And I fuck with Manel Kape, but genuinely, I don't know. Maybe I'm stretching it, but both these guys may weight. That's crazy how to say that because But anyway, I'm gonna pick Manel Kape to get this shit done via decision. I feel like it's gonna be a close fight though. I feel like Brandon Royval is gonna win 2 rounds and Manel Kape is gonna win 3 of the 2. So I feel like Brandon Brandon might start picking up at the end. Manel might win the first 3 rounds, and then Brandon's going to try to get that comeback. I mean, it just depends on how this fight goes. Because if he goes out there like how he tries to fight Josh Van, which he didn't want to fight Josh Van, everybody's fight's different. But if he goes out there and tries to throw fucking 400 jabs, I feel like Manel's going to get this shit done in the first round. Okay, Manel's too good for. He can pick shots really fucking nice. Okay, we haven't seen that too many times to go with. But yeah, I'm gonna go and pick Manel Kape to get this shit done via decision. Raw Dog might get this shit done though. I mean, this guy is every time he's always the fucking underdog. So I should have been betting on him the last 3, 4, 5 fights. Maybe not 5, but like at least the last 3. All right, at least the last 3 besides Josh Van. Okay, because Raw Dog could get this shit done. But yeah, I'm gonna go and pick Manel Kape to get this shit done via decision. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I love and appreciate you all. It's been Glow. Peace the fuck out, y'all.